I really want to talk about Dark City, but before we talk about Dark City, I have first of all, Nicolas Cage is my favorite actor, my absolute favorite actor. I'm in awe of Nicolas Cage. I have a goal to watch every single Nicolas Cage film at least once, even the ones that he does that are like, the direct to TV ones. I watch everything this man does because I am in awe of his craft. I think I'm at like 60 something out of 127 movies, whatever. So I watch everything. Does not matter if Nicolas Cage is in the movie, I will watch it, including Knowing, which I loved. I did not get a chance to rewatch it before we did this interview, and it'll be a fresh revisiting for me. But I want to know, what was it like to work with this man who, by the way, just to put a period at the end of this question for you, or to a punctuation, in my mind, Nicolas Cage never delivers a bad performance. Nicolas Cage is like tofu. He is going to taste like whatever you season him with. And if he's got a really sharp, good director, it's going to make him fire on all cylinders. And if there's maybe a lesser director or the more trying production, it will everything will sort of find its level with a guy like Nicolas Cage. He could do no wrong in my eyes. What was it like working with him? What was that experience like? I have to know.
Nick's a great person and a absolutely terrific actor. And it was a joy. It was a joy. It was like one of the most joyful experiences I've had working with an actor, because other than it's just cool to hang out with Nick, he is fully invested in the story and the character, and he's never for a moment standing away and looking at his performance or the way he looks or anything as Nicolas Cage, the movie star. He just doesn't care about that stuff. He truly is a leading man, but also a character actor. He embraces, and it's wonderful to see what he can deliver, because it is, a lot of the times it's completely unexpected. With almost all other actors, you can kind of go, okay, well, I know where this is going to go. And you've got to step in and actually sometimes challenge them to get something that you're after, or something, just to put a different color or a different spin on the character. And it usually revitalizes a scene, which maybe doesn't have a lot in the words to give it momentum. With Nick, that's never the case. He's always coming at it from a completely left field, unexpected way, and he's experimental in his. I call him a surrealist, and he's fully experimental in what he's doing as an actor. He's constantly challenging himself and trying new stuff, which is what I do as a filmmaker. So we're very compatible in that respect. And yeah, no, look, I put him in every movie that I could, if I had the luxury of doing that. But no, it was a complete joy, in many situations where he just make me laugh because of his approach to it all, right? Which is great. You need to laugh on a film.
Sure, sure.
So we're doing a scene in towards the end of the film when chaos is breaking out, and he's driving his truck through thousands of people, right? I think we had 2,000 extras in this scene who were all going nuts because the world's going to blow up and stuff, and they're all running around and trying to save themselves, right? And he's slowly working his way out of the scene. And so we do a take, and then stunt people were like throwing themselves off bridges and whatever the hell was going on. We do a take, and then the car guy would jump in and drive the car back so that Nick could jump back in and get ready to go. And so he's back in the car. Nick's back in the car, ready for a second take behind the steering wheel. And as we're resetting explosions and whatever the hell we were doing, takes some time. But Nick, rather than going to his trailer ever, he's just sitting in the car with this fixed expression. And so I thought, there must be something going on behind the scenes that's troubling him. So I walked over to him and I said, Nick, And I had to walk through this crowd because he was right on the other end of the shot. And I walked over and I said, Nick, and he's still focused, you know, staring ahead. Nick, is everything okay? You all right? And he goes, yeah. He goes, and I go, but is that, you know, what's troubling you? And he goes, everything. So it's like just that the whole world was blowing up and he was completely in character, you know, and that's what was troubling him. And I took it as being, you know, so basically what that tells you is he was acting the entire time, right, in that car. He didn't want to break out a character. He didn't want to go. And this was for a shot where the car is driving through a crowd. And yeah, we zoom in on him on one lens, so you see his expression, but any other actor, particularly at his level, would have gone off to his trailer, for the half an hour it took to reset the take, broken out of character, and then come back in and look sad and concerned. But he was focused in the moment for that entire time, which tells you how invested he is in the film, the story, and the character.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. The last thing I saw Nick in was Renfield playing Dracula. And I read an article about how he shaved down his teeth so that they had 3D printed Dracula fangs. And he wanted to be able to enunciate with the fangs. He didn't want to have fang mouth. You know, whenever you see someone put in cheap plastic and they're what the fuck, like he wanted to have be able to really speak his dialogue. So he actually had his teeth shaved, and it made me want to see it even more. And man, I mean, he's so great in it. So if you haven't seen Renfield yet, you got to check out Renfield. It's really awesome. And I know I know you're a Dracula guy on some level, so I haven't seen the film yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.